Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Everyone is screaming now at their computers because this is the day you've been asking for months. Miss Catherine Edwards is back.
Hello, everybody.
It's true, Catherine. I mean, like I was just saying, like, did your DMs fill up to when people say, when are you going back on the behind the velvet rope?
Yes. Yes. When I was in India having my sabbatical, everyone was like, when are you going back? When are you going back? And it's like, hello, Om Namaste, bitches. Can I have a break from this crap?
They're like, we don't want to hear about Lisa Rinna leaving until Catherine is there. I'm like, listen, she is living her life. Trust me, she's not blowing me off. I mean, you have a life even if you were at home, but I'm like, she's in India. It's like an amazing experience. Like she is
Yes.
out there living life.
It was phenomenal.
I
Amazing.
love, right? But you see how people could either love or hate India, right? Like you see how
Oh, for
people could
sure.
hate it.
It's not for everyone. No, it's not for everyone. You have to go very open-minded. You have to, I would tell anyone who wants to go or is thinking about going to get on YouTube and pull up as many videos they can, just to familiarize themselves. It's not for the faint at heart, but it is so full of people that are kind and loving and generous with just their heart that oh, I loved it. I'll go back every year if I've got the time.
Wow. I don't think I would ever go back just because I never really go back anywhere, but I have to say it's like in my top three places I've ever been as well. I absolutely loved it. I thought the people were phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, the things that you see, it just opens your eyes.
Right.
And when you get into like underprivileged poor India, like to me, it was the poorest country I've ever been in. And like the things you see, it's just like, wow.
Yeah. We luckily for us, we had a different experience because we have a lot of friends that live there and every place. I mean, we were there for a month, all through the south and the north. And so everywhere we went, we were welcomed, to people's homes and to meet their friends. And so it never felt like we stayed at hotels for half of it, but it never felt like we were El Turisto.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's good.
Hmm.
That's really good.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Well, I mean, where do you want to start anywhere in particular? Because I mean, I just figure we'll start with Lisa Rinna not being at Beverly Hills anymore.
Right. Right. What date was that? That was I on the road when that came out?
I think
I think
so.
so. Yeah.
When did you leave? At the beginning of
I
April?
left.
I mean, at
No, no,
January.
no. January
Sorry.
1. I left on New Year's Day.
You left literally the day I got to LA. Literally.
Wow.
That's the day it definitely, I don't know, it was either then or yeah, I think it was January. January was literally like a year long, right? It was like just a
Right.
long month. But I think it happens when you were away because I
I think
remember,
so.
or right when you were going away, because I remember we
Sometimes.
were like, let's try to do this when you're in India. And then, I mean, obviously it's
Right, right,
understood
right.
that
Okay.
couldn't
Right.
happen.
Now it's making sense. Right.
I
Something like
mean, listen, I have to say, I sat here all season. And like in the second week, I said Lisa Rinna is going to go all season. Now, towards the end, because everyone, like when you and I talked to you, were like, she's staying. I'm like, you're right. It wasn't just you, everyone. And I was like, I got in my own way. And this isn't like about me being right, but I said from the second week, she's definitely going. And then at the end, I hardcore took back what I said. And like the last month, I was like, nope, I was wrong. There's no way she's going. And now I'm like, God, I should just stick to things. So it's like, are you shocked? I guess that's my question.
I am because I thought for sure she'd be there. I thought they'd give her one season for all of her dedication and hard work, that they'd give her one season as like a parting gift. I thought that they would bring her back this season and then let her go probably next year. But I don't, I mean, I guess I didn't know that they did long-term contracts. I thought every year it was like every year you were either asked back or you weren't. So I don't know about that, with when Kathy Hilton said, oh, your contract's up. But there's always the stuff that we don't know and we don't hear, and who knows how shady it got. And if Rena and Diane were actually doing the bots against Garcelle and that stuff, that's a whole different ball of wax. And I think you had mentioned that if it came out to be that was the truth and Garcelle, dug deep enough to find out, that would be something that would be a problem. and the network would not want to deal with that. And that would be a reason maybe to get walking papers. So I don't know. I don't, are they saying that she was fired, or is she saying she quit?
Well, it's funny because that really was my first segment of like, here's the thing. She has made a statement like everyone else that she left. Then she did an interview. I don't know if you read that interview in Interview Magazine. It was pretty like she could have given that interview to anyone. It was like the first, I guess she knew this guy. I mean, and it's Interview Magazine. I mean, it's a big thing.
I think you sent it to me. I did read it.
And so I think he went to her house, she went, but it was like, I mean, it was detailed. So even
Yeah.
though she made this statement, those actual words on her, that was a lot of words where she really in to this interview doubled, tripled, quadrupled down on the fact that she left on her own. That is what she is saying. And
Right, right. No, no, no.
Bravo, right? And like Bravo lets you say that,
Right.
but I mean, here we are. We just already started our conversation. Neither of us is acting like she left on her own. I mean, I don't think she did.
Honestly, I don't know. For me, I'm really 50-50 on it, because I think that the season was really hard on her. I think as much as she always wants to, put on her tough girl look and like she's got it under control and knows what she's doing, like, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, no, because you don't control the fan base. And once everybody gets that pack mentality and they've turned on you, I just have to assume it doesn't feel good. And she was, I mean, as far as I remember, out of the Housewives seasons that I've watched, out of all of the whole franchise, I don't really remember anyone being as big of a pariah to the fans as she has been. Is that right? I mean, is there anyone more disliked than her?
I would say not that I can think of. Even Erica Jane to me. Erica with that season before, I think Erica comes a very close second. But I think Rinna was more hated this season. I think she was more hated than Diana. She was more hated than Erica the season before. I think she's the
Right.
number one. I think she's number one.
I think so too. And I just have to believe that that doesn't feel good. I mean, whether you say it doesn't bother you or not, whether you say like I have people that love me, I have people that hate me, I'm good with all of it. Okay, I kind of, and I know you have to thick skin to do the show. Trust me, I understand that. But I think when, if you're getting like death threats or people are saying really nasty stuff about your kids or your husband or whomever, I think it gets under your skin and it starts to bother you. And so, in that aspect, I would think that maybe she did just say, hey, I need a break from this. I've made good money. She has enough other offers for, to do other things. And maybe it just made sense for her to walk away. I really don't know. I'm 50-50 on whether she walked or she was fired.
Really. I think I'm
Yeah.
like 90-10.